This is Levi Kelly, DCE Junior Archivist, Records Intake and Digitization. I've been assigned to a long-term conversion run for the Global Archive and Classification Division. The archive here is immense. What's being processed isn't one format. It's decades of analog collection. Some formats are held in cool rooms to slow decay. Others are held to slow spread. I will read what's on the page, what's on the label, and what the record says it is. Beginning digitization transcription now. GACD Digitization Bay 4, Session 3.1. Source medium, Incident Packet, Field Recovery Report, Converted Archive Copy, Physical Condition Notes, digitized from mixed sources, body cam transcripts, tether telemetry extracts, interview summaries, and medical intake notes. Some margin normalization visible. Routing stamps preserved. Case designation DIR-27441-PLAYDATE-07. Associated CRE designation CRE-LIM-URB-HAL-PHN-DIS-2741. Unofficial handle appears in margin, The Playground. Classification context reads, active urban adjacent liminal locus with identity tax signature and roster instability events. Operational escalation grade, E4, interdict. Conditional E5 authorization pending if public pathway ignition occurs. Clearance line, level 4, field and interdict. Controlled exposure required for audio and roster artifacts. Prepared by GACD Intake, Field Conversion Layer. OASCS Watch Floor added REO Summary Layer. Compiled from FAU-9 logs, TRC tether telemetry, security body cam extracts, post-event interviews, and medical intake notes. Distribution routing, GACD indexing, ESB topology review, OASCS/REO, IID integrity review, BMRD aftercare, CID and PCC-DB for public coherence management. Handling notice, print only for field teams. Audio appendices restricted to controlled rooms. No uncontrolled duplication. Status, active, open file, lessons integrated, protocols updated. Third entry design pending ESB sign-off. Incident summary. On October 20th, year redacted, a directorate-attached research and retrieval group entered the liminal boundary of CRE-2741. Objective, extended sampling run and controlled tethered audio capture during escalation cycles. Communications degradation recorded at internal exposure time, 00:11:32. Full communication loss at 00:14:09. Despite the loss of communication, external anchor telemetry continued reporting line load fluctuations. Telemetry readings were consistent with movement still occurring inside the boundary. A second response element was deployed under Lost Team Protocol. Triple tether doctrine enforcement was mandatory. Team 2 used a non-verbal navigation plan. Team 2 located all members of Team 1 inside the interior environment at internal exposure time 00:09:18 of their own entry cycle. Recovered personnel were not attempting withdrawal. Instead, they were engaged in structured play behaviors. The report lists the following: hopscotch, hide and seek, swing pumping, tag, sing-song counting. These behaviors were not interpreted as voluntary recreation. Each activity appeared compulsive, accompanied by affect flattening or inappropriate euphoria, degraded identity recall, and physical damage consistent with prolonged contact with gravel surfaces and metal linkages. Operational equipment had also been altered. Tethers braided into loops resembling game objects. Prompt devices emitting altered cadence tones. Tools converted into props. The document identifies this condition as a roster pull cascade, also called quiet compliance, associated with the environment's identity tax capture behavior. Operational conclusion. The environment is not merely disorienting. It functions as an instructional system. It repurposes tools, cadence, and identity verification procedures. Standard retrieval phrases, such as "state your name" or "repeat the date," become hazardous when used inside the boundary. Personnel involved. Team 1. Initial entry. Field Agent 1. Marlowe, Lead and Narration Discipline. Field Agent M. Reyes, Medical Support. Field Agent K. Sato, Instrumentation and Sampling. TRC-17 Tether Marshal J. Harker. Line Technician A. Nadir. TRC-17 Mimetic Adjunct P. Oakes, Compulsion Monitoring. Security Detachment S-4. 2 officers attached. Names redacted. Note appended to record. TRC refers to tether and recovery cells attached to field exploration operations. Field nomenclature retained for telemetry continuity. Team 2. Recovery Entry Team. TRC-09 Unit. Call sign, Gate Cradle. Specialized Liminal Recovery Tether Cell. Security Response Team. 4 personnel. Medical evacuation staged outside the boundary. BMRD liaison notified. Medical unit did not cross the boundary. Preclared tether stack prior to entry. Team 1 hardline. Dual anchor configuration. Secondary shadow line redundancy. Device anchor. Dual inertial and time reference modules. LAM-4 class. Mimetic tether. Group self-index cadence cards. Phrase structure includes full name, date, confirmation of being outside the playground, confirmation of holding the line, and intent to return with the team. Observed condition during recovery. Primary hardline remained physically connected to external anchor points. However, interior segments had been reconfigured. Several lengths braided into short loops resembling jump rope handles. Waist tethers tied into a circular formation around the swing structure. Shadow line knotting formed a slip loop. Description in report reads, "Noose-like geometry." The loop was not deployed as a noose. Instead, it was being used as a ring toss target. Device anchor status. 1 LAM-4 module recovered powered on. Prompt tones repeating every 12 to 18 seconds. Intermittent responses recorded. Responses delivered in childlike voices. Voice print analysis indicates none match the original team members. Replies were received without comm channel activation. Operational interpretation. Equipment was not removed. It was reassigned. Procedural equipment converted into play apparatus. Condensed event timeline. All times local unless otherwise specified. Internal exposure time referenced relative to Team 1 entry. 1911. Team 1 crosses boundary. Communications stable. Telemetry nominal. 1919. First hush phase recorded. Line tension spike noted. Hands-on line protocol confirmed. 1922. Audio escalation intensifies. Swing chain squeaks become metronomic. 1925. LAM-4 prompt occurs during near silence. The medic adjunct flags prompt timbre as incorrect. Description reads, "Too clean." 1927. First verbal anomaly. Unknown child voice captured on open microphone. Phrase recorded. "Your turn." 1928. Team 1 begins group self-index recitation. One member repeats incorrect date twice. 1931. Second hush phase. Line telemetry indicates lateral drift despite team belief they were moving toward the boundary. 1933. Chalk grid manifests. Bodycam shows markings appearing gradually, as if revealed rather than written. 1934. Communication channel filled with overlapping counting. Phrase fragments include 1, 2, 3, and ready or not. 1935. Withdrawal order issued by team lead. Order repeated twice, then replaced on the channel by laughter. 1936. Full communication loss. Anchor tension continues fluctuating. 1944. Team 2 authorized to enter. 1953. Team 2 locates Team 1 cluster at interior swing set. Recovery contact. Team 2 reports interior space appeared larger than exterior mapping suggested. Boundary distance inconsistent. Navigation performed using tactile confirmation of line tension. Verbal communication minimized. Only tether commands and scheduled chorus self-index loops permitted. Initial visual contact with Team 1. Recovered personnel arranged in a loose ring around the swing structure and hopscotch grid. Formation geometry resembled what the report calls a game circle, not a tactical formation. General behavioral presentation. Posture and gait patterns resembled young children. Knees bent, rapid, inefficient movement, frequent bouncing motions. Facial expressions incongruent with injuries. Several subjects smiling while bleeding, others laughing while trembling. Speech patterns simplified. Short phrases, sing-song cadence. Frequent repetition of game language. Identity recall impaired. Some subjects unable to state legal names. Many responded only to call signs. Others responded to chalk-written names on the ground. Pain response also altered. Injuries treated as game elements rather than harm. Environmental audio present. Footsteps circling just outside the group formation. No visible source. Low growl beneath gravel layer. Growl synchronized with swing movement. Periodic silence, described as someone holding their breath, followed by a single word, play. Team 2 notes that the word behaved less like speech and more like a command marker. After each instance, activity resumed immediately. Observed play behavior patterns. First category, hopscotch grid. The grid surface described as oily chalk, reflective under light, numbers reversed. Several squares marked with symbols resembling closed eyes. One subject repeatedly jumping square to square, ankles visibly swollen, boot tread packed with gravel. Each landing produced an audible crunch. Subject smiling, whispering repeatedly, "No stepping on the cracks." There were no cracks visible. When approached by recovery team, subject froze mid-motion, looked past responders, spoke quietly, quote, "If you mess up, you have to stay." Then resumed hopping. Operational inference. The grid behaves as a rules surface. Error equals retention. The rules appear internally generated rather than physically marked. Next category, swings. 2 personnel pumping swing seats with unusual force and endurance. Chain squeaks forming rhythmic pattern. A third subject stood behind them, arms moving as though pushing an invisible rider. When addressed by recovery team, the subject turned and asked, "Want to see the trick?" They then grabbed a moving chain with bare hands. Metal filings adhered to blood. Subject laughed. Quote recorded, "It tickles." Hide and seek. Mimetic adjunct located behind play structure. Repeating phrase, "Ready or not, here I come." Voice pitch rising at end of sentence. During pauses, the subject's expression went blank, as if listening for instructions. During these pauses, the subsurface growl increased. When the phrase resumed, the growl subsided. Self-index card discovered nearby, normally used for identity verification cadence. Card had been folded into a children's fortune teller toy. Interior surfaces contained chalk-written names. Some matched Team 1 personnel. Others did not match the entry roster. Operational inference. Hide-and-seek behavior converts search instinct into compulsion. Mimetic tools repurposed as name selection devices. Next behavior, tag. Tether marshal moving rapidly between teammates, tapping shoulders, calling out, "You're it!" Each tap coincided with microtension on the primary tether line, as if the environment were transmitting through the subject. When restrained briefly, the subject began crying. Not typical stress response, more consistent with a child being told a game must stop. Repeated phrase recorded. Don't stop. If it stops, it gets mad. The document underlines that sentence. Final behavior pattern. Roster pull event. Standard identification protocol attempted. Prompt voice issued instruction. State your full name. Cadence matched LAM-4 device prompts, but tone described as overly flat. Immediately after the prompt, additional voices layered, child voices repeating, "Say it, say it." 2 subjects attempted compliance. Both spoke first names. Both failed to continue. Hopscotch grid brightness increased. New chalk letters appeared. Letters spelled the missing surname. One subject looked relieved, said, "Oh, there it is." Subject stepped onto the square containing the name. Body posture relaxed, eyes unfocused, movement ceased. Quiet compliance onset. Recovery team prevented separation. Immediate hands-on line contact. Restraint straps applied. Team switched to call signs only. Full legal names discontinued. Operational conclusion. The environment extracts names, displays them, then invites subjects to reclaim them. Stepping onto the name appears to trigger capture threshold. Return becomes cognitively optional. Casualty curve. Operational degradation observed. 0 to 8 minutes. Symptoms manageable. Protocol execution intact. 8 to 12 minutes. Hush pressure increases. Cadence disruptions begin. Tether load spikes. 12 to 14 minutes. Prompt mimicry begins. Chalk roster manifestation. Communication overlays. 14 minutes and beyond. Procedural discipline collapses. Equipment converted into play objects. Compulsive activity loops form. Recovered personnel status. 2 subjects classified critical. Quiet compliance onset. Severe identity loss. Unresponsive to full name checks. Responded only to tether pressure and group recitation. 3 subjects serious condition. Partial identity loss. Compulsive play loops. Moderate lacerations and dehydration. 2 subjects moderate condition. Disorientation. Emotional instability. Recurring nursery rhyme fragments. No fatalities confirmed during this incident. However, 2 recovered subjects required sedation. Both attempted to re-enter the fog boundary. Both repeatedly asked to finish the game. Exfiltration procedure. Recovery team navigated outward using hardline tension truth only. Optical navigation was ignored. Recovered personnel attached to tether line with waist restraints. Group chorus self-index used during movement. Verbal rules enforced inside boundary. No full legal names. No response to counting phrases. No response to your turn, ready or not, or play. Only tether commands and scheduled chorus allowed. Any prompt voice treated as hostile unless verified from external anchor station. Boundary crossing outward produced several physical reactions. Multiple subjects vomited sand-like particulate. 2 subjects attempted to run back into fog. Both smiling, both shouting, "My turn!" Immediate restraint required. Medical procedures initiated outside boundary. Hydration, wound treatment, sedation for compulsion spikes. Controlled exposure screening for name loss symptoms. Audio recordings quarantined. Segments containing layered "say it" commands flagged for pattern analysis. Analysis summary. CRE-2741 does not simply imitate childhood activity. It performs role reassignment. Adult personnel become players within a structured set of rules. These rules function as capture mechanisms. Hopscotch grid functions as a roster interface. Swing structure functions as rhythm engine and lure. Tag functions as a tension transfer mechanism. Hide and seek functions as search compulsion loop. Prompt mimicry weaponizes standard safety procedures. The most dangerous mechanism remains the roster pull. Names are extracted, displayed, and offered back to the subject. Claiming the name appears to finalize capture. Quiet compliance is not recovery. It is capture without resistance. Closing note from GACD intake. The term playing is operationally misleading. Inside CRE-2741, play is not leisure. It is a procedure being performed on the personnel inside, using their hands, their voices, their knees in the gravel, and their names written on the ground. Handling discipline reminder. Observed facts only. No motives, no narrative expansion. Digitization halted pending review.